All right, we have Memphis coach Penny Hardaway, freshman Jalen Duren, seniors Tyler Harris and Alex Lomax. We'll start with coach's opening statement, then we'll go to the room for questions.
Yeah, it was, a pretty good run over this last couple months. They came to an end without our first goal, and it's to get a AAC championship, tournament championship. But that's over now. We have to move on to the NCAA tournament, and we fought hard to get back there, and we have to go back home, regroup, and work, and be ready to go out to Portland and compete.
All right, if you want to raise your hand for questions, we'll bring the microphone over to you.
Penny, this was your goal you set out to do when you took this job. You've talked about thinking that you should be in, but now that you know that you're in, what's the feeling?
It feels great, honestly. I mean, it's bittersweet because we lost the championship game, but we fought so hard to get back into the NCAA. I'm not going to let that go by without celebrating that. And we're still alive. You know, hats off to Houston for coming out and doing a phenomenal job. And that game is over with. Nothing we can do about it. We got to go back and get ready to go to Portland.
Penny, just with all the ups and downs of this season, to be here at this point, I know there's still a little bit of a sting of a loss as well, but to be where you are now, making the tournament finally, just how do you put that into perspective? Man,
just perseverance, really, just from never giving up. We were 3-4 at one point, I think 9-8. We're 21-10 now. So we fought hard to get back to this position, and that's what we wanted, man. We have a chance as good as anyone to go into the tournament and make noise. And I'm proud of that.
This is for both Alex and Tyler. You guys have both talked about a lot over the years about one of the reasons you came to Memphis was to take Memphis, go with Memphis to the NCAA tournament. You wanted to end your careers that way. I know there wasn't a lot of reaction. You guys missed the actual announcement of it, but what does it feel like now to know you've gotten Memphis back to the NCAA tournament?
That was always a childhood dream. One day just coming, playing for your home, and then getting to the tournament. This is my 4th year here. We were able to make it happen. And just to be able to make it happen this year, it's a pretty special feeling. And, we're going to attack that and give it our all.
Yeah, kind of the same things Ali said. It's a childhood dream. Everybody, you growing up, watching March Madness, watching the NCAA tournament. I'm a senior. This is my 3rd year here. I came back. I want to be a part of this team and, make it to the NCAA tournament. We didn't get to see what we wanted, but it's still a great feeling that we're going to get the opportunity to go down and play in the NCAA tournament.
In the blue on the right side.
Coach Hardaway, I would like to talk to you about your mentorship, being from Memphis and having the opportunity to mentor these young men. And how does it feel to pour this love into these young men and to the community of Memphis, sir?
Yeah, I don't take that lightly, being from Memphis and having an opportunity to touch, my team, the young men, and also the guys that are from Memphis. It's a lot. I know it's a lot on these guys being from Memphis and staying home, staying in their ears about, always doing the right thing, being good people, continue to work on your craft on the basketball court. It's just a gift from God to just be thankful for that. And, it just come full, it's just great because it's come full circle for me, being in their shoes, being in their uniforms, and then having them have an opportunity now to experience the NCAA is even better because, that's what we set out to do.
All right, in the front row, and then we'll go up to the platform.
You faced these guys last year in the NIT. I guess what are your initial thoughts on the matchup facing Boise State down in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, really good team, organized, runs good offense. They're a really good team, well coached. They know us because of playing us last year. We know them. We'll look at the film from this year and obviously last year with the returning players. But really good team.
This is for Penny and then Alo and Tyler. It's an incredible accomplishment to come from where you came to be here. And yet it seems sort of you're not don't look elated up there. Is it more bitter or sweet? And how are you feeling?
Well, it's tough to be excited after a loss, you know, especially, you know, a game that we felt like we could have won. But like, again, I am going to celebrate being in the NCAA tournament because that was the ultimate goal to get to the tournament. But we also had an opportunity to take care of business today. But the competitive nature in us is just not going to be elated and just forget what just happened an hour ago. But, you know, we will be excited when we go to Portland.
Coach, oops.
Next question. With me, you know, the pain still sitting on me. After this game we just played, tried to give it my all on the court, but it didn't go how we wanted it to. So, you know, we just got to let that out. In the next game coming up and just leave it all on the court.
Yeah, kind of like what Alex and Coach said, you know, after a loss, you can't really be excited right now. I feel like, you know, I didn't give it my all tonight. So I'm up here right now, you know, I'm not too, you know, proud of it, but we just got to get back to the drawing board and worry about the next game.
We'll go up to the platform.
Coach and Alo, I just kind of want to talk, this is a similar question to what you've been asked, but you, Penny, are a legend in Memphis, right? And when you got the job, people were high expectations. They were on you when things were up. They were on you when things were down. And now you've returned the program after all this time to the NCAA tournament. Memphis put their hope in you and you delivered. So I just kind of want to know on a personal level how that makes you feel. And then the fact that you and Alo were such a powerhouse at East, you know, in the city of Memphis, and then to have this return to the NCAA tournament with you two together, him as a senior, you as a coach. I just kind of want to talk to the two of you about how that is for you guys.
Yeah, for me, it's great because, you know, when I took the job, it was not at its highest form. You know, the fans weren't coming to the games, and I felt like if the opportunity came about that I could do something about that initially. And then secondly, I thought that I can go out and recruit kids that were going to help us get back to the NCAA tournament. It didn't happen in the first 3 years. Obviously, we missed the NCAA tournament due to COVID, but we did it this year. And to do it with Alo, who I've been with for 10 going on 11 years, to be able to share this with him and Tyler, it's just it's a great feeling. I mean, I know where this came from, and then where it's going and where it's headed, and it's headed in the right direction.
Jalen, I'm curious, how were you feeling after that game yesterday? It didn't seem like there was any doubt you were going to play today, but how scary was that? Are you sore and any worse for the wear after that fall against SMU?
I mean, honestly, I knew we had a great opportunity to come out today and win this game. I always tell Coach I want to do whatever it takes to win. And I mean, I understand my role in this team and that I'm a big part of what we got going on. So, I mean, nothing was going to stop me from suiting up today.
And then, you know, obviously, likely your time is limited in the college game to get to the NCAA tournament this year. How does it feel for you and given what you had to go through as a team?
I mean, it's amazing. It's an exciting feeling, just like Coach and Alo and Ty said. I mean, it's bittersweet kind of coming after a loss, but I mean, it's going to be fun to go out there in the tournament. Coach's first time in the tournament since he's been here, and I feel like they're going to get us ready to make a huge run.
I know it was a hectic logistically, you know, the game ends and you got to go cool off and then the selection show and all that. So when did you guys actually hear where you were in, where you were going, who you were playing? How did that play out?
Yeah, we went into the locker room. We should have just gone right up, but we went into the locker room to talk to the team after the game. And they were like, we have to go up. And then right when we were walking in the hallway, they were like, it just announced. And I didn't know where, I just knew it was Boise State. And we found out when we got up top that it was going to be Portland.
And so I guess, what's the first thing you thought of when you heard, and this is for anybody, like what was the first thought that crossed your mind when you found out where you were playing and who you were playing and that you were playing?
You guys got it?
My first thought was, you know, we played them last year in the NIT. You know, that was a really good team, very coached, and you know, they had a good offense. So we just go look back at that film and watch also the film from this season and just do a lot of research and a lot of film, a lot of studying. That was just my first reaction. For me, it was just
I'm just ready to go. Honestly, after this game, I'm ready to get back on the court and just kind of keep moving forward. Just next game mentality.
Yeah, my thought was whatever we gotta do, we just gotta go 1-0. That's been our thing this whole season throughout this run. So we just gotta go 1-0.
For all three of you guys, you're about to play on the biggest stage in the NCAA tournament and represent 901. What kind of brand of basketball is this country about to see?
Just want to see that Memphis basketball 9-on-1 Heat, and that's what we got to get to. That's what we got to bring out every game.
Green and grind.
For me, it's just like Elo said. I mean, I'm not from Memphis, but I've kind of like understood the type of culture that they have here, and I feel like that's the type of basketball y'all gonna see.
This one's for Tyler. You know, it's not every day, and we've talked about this before, that you see a guy transfer, then come back in a walk-on role. Just A, obviously, how difficult was that decision? And B, just thinking about your journey and where you are now to get to this point with the Tigers, what you'd set out to do when you're choosing between Memphis or Baylor way back when. You know, just can you speak to the mindset in the big picture of where you are and where you've gotten to now?
I would say actually coming back, it was a very easy decision. Really, when you leave somewhere and come back, you accept any role you got to take, any minutes you get, any jersey number. Just, you know, it was an easy call. You know, it started off, you know, I wasn't getting as many minutes as I wanted to. I just wanted to win. And like I told Coach when I come back, you know, we never talked about playing time, you know, shot attempts, anything. I told him I just wanted to come back, graduate from the University of Memphis, you know, make it to the NCAA tournament. And this year, a lot of things, you know, we deal with injuries, you know, guys went down, you know, my name got called and I want to step up for the team. You know, I still feel like, you know, I'm a veteran out there, even though I'm a walk-ons. So, yeah.
Jalen, I have a question for you. I see that you're not from Memphis, like you already alluded to, but I see the hard work and the determination. It seems like it just pours into you. It's like you feel it. And I would also like to ask Alex and also Tyler, how were y'all able to allow him to feel that and bring him into y'all's culture, sir?
I mean, that's just who I am, honestly. Of course, that's the type of culture Memphis already had, and that's why I feel like I fit into this program perfectly because of the type of mentality I bring. I mean, Coach Hardaway brings a non-losing mentality. He always wants to win. Alo, Ty, like we just all want to win and do anything to win. So I feel like that being my mindset coming in, it was just a perfect fit.
From that standpoint, the biggest thing with Jalen was just getting his trust off the court. It's bigger than basketball. The relationship we built, we got very close over these last couple of months. And you know, on the court, the trust also just leaving my body on the line, leaving everything on the line. We got that in common. So just to let that mesh in together for both of us, it just shows a lot of trust that we got. And like he said, he came in with the right mentality already, and we just had to get their trust on and off the court.
Yeah, Jaden's a guy, he came in with the right mentality. He wanted to win. I learned a lot about him this year. You know, he wanted to do anything it takes to win, you know, even if he's having a great game, you know, and somebody else playing good, he'll let them rock out. Just like Alo said, off the court, you know, we're very cool. And, you know, he's a great ball player. I mean, you can't really want to take a shine from him. You want him to get all the shine because, you know, he's bigger than me and Alo when you got a guy like Jalen Duren.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Just these two.
We have Houston coach Kelvin Sampson, the American Tournament's most outstanding players, senior Fabian White Jr. and senior Josh Carlton. Will open up with coach's statement and then go to questions in the audience.
First of all, congratulations to Penny and his Memphis team. They've got a good team. There was two really good teams playing today. I think that's good for the American Athletic Conference when you're two teams playing at such a high level at both ends. People across the country could see how good this conference is. I didn't really see the bracket, all the brackets after we did ours. We left. I have no idea even. I know we play UAB and we're in the bracket with Illinois. That's about all I know. But just really proud of our team. You know, we've had a tough year in some ways. You know, we got called on the tail end of some tough scheduling, but to be able to win the regular season and then win the conference tournament. And our kids said it in the locker room. They didn't want to leave any doubt who the best team in the conference was. And I think they needed to do that today to cement that, especially against a team as good as Memphis. And again, congratulations to Penny and his team. But just proud of my guys. You know, we fought and scrapped, and our kids play the right way. They play hard. You know, we're tough. We rebound, we defend. Some nights we shoot it better than others, but our defense and our rebounding and our culture, you know, it's there every night. So for this team to win 29 games this year, you know, it's just amazing to me what these kids have accomplished. So hats off to them. Really proud of this group and our staff.
Go to the front right.
Coach, when you look at winning the regular season and the conference and your metrics, did you think you should have been a little higher than a 5 seed? How do you sort of look at that?
No, it's probably a fair question, Chris. I think you know, when we set up our non-conference schedule, you know, we scheduled Virginia non-conference, Alabama non-conference, Oklahoma State non-conference. If you look at preseason projections, Oklahoma State was picked to finish in the top half of the Big 12. Alabama was picked to finish in the top of the SEC. We played Oregon, who was picked at the top of the Pac-12. You know, had those three teams had good years, I think we would have been a 3 seed. You know, we beat Virginia, we beat Oklahoma State, we beat Oregon. But because those teams had down years, we didn't get any credit for it. And then, you know, we're a whistle away or a couple more free throws away from beating Alabama. That was a very winnable game. We had the ball at the end with a chance to beat Alabama, the ball at the end, a chance to beat Wisconsin. So at the ball at the end, chance to beat SMU. So we had our chances, but I have no regrets about anything we did. There's so many things that's not in your control. That's why you don't worry about certain things. It'll all play out. What seed were we last year, by the way? So we were a 2 seed, and we could have went home the first weekend. We beat Cleveland State, and Rutgers had us in trouble. So I don't think there's a whole lot of difference in the top 13 seeds. I mean, I remember being a 13 seed and beating Arizona when they had Jason Terry and Richard Jefferson. We were a 13 seed and beat them. So everybody says that was a huge upset. Not really. You know, if you look at the teams on paper, you know, if you look at what people perception is what creates upsets. reality is that everybody's good. I saw that we were playing UAB. Their best player, or one of their best players, played at Tulane last year. Walker kid, he had 46 the other night. That kid's, we couldn't guard him last year. I don't know how we're going to guard him this year. So whether you're a 4 seed, 5 seed, 6 seed, go try to win your first game. I don't have brackets and I'm picking winners. I'm actually doing the work here, coaching, playing. We're just trying to win our first game, because you can lose your first game if you don't go in it with the right mindset. So we just want to, whatever seed we just want to win our first one.
Kelvin, along those lines, is there a level of perhaps some respect that you are in the South region, where if you are fortunate enough to advance, you get a next round in San Antonio, a closer region to Houston?
Yeah, I guess. But, when you got UAB staring you in the face, it's hard to think past that. We got a tough bunch. I think the thing that's most important to me about when the bracket came out, that we played Friday. That was important. As you think about, last time we played these guys, we're playing our 4th game in 8 days. You saw what we look like. It's hard when you have your main guys are playing 37, 38 minutes, 4 nights out of 8. And then now we just played 3 straight games. If we were playing Thursday, we would have to leave Tuesday. Have the mandatory public practice on Wednesday and play probably Thursday. And what if they stuck us with an 11 o'clock game, 11:30 game? That's how important the Friday, but we need to rest. This team plays hard. We play with so much effort and energy, and these kids are human beings. So I think more important than what you said, Joseph, and you bring up a great point, if we were fortunate enough to get there, but I think more importantly, not having to play till Friday. Whoever we played didn't play today. I think the Big Ten, Atlanta, our conference, who's the other conference that play? SEC. So whoever, if we'd have got stuck on Thursday, it would have been a huge advantage for the other team. That's why it's a blessing for us. That at least gives us a chance to rest our legs and get our kids rejuvenated for Friday.
Question in the front left.
Fabian and Josh, both of you can talk about what it means to be wearing those championship hats and to have that championship trophy going home with you.
It means a lot. We faced a lot of adversity through the season. We all had to come together as a team to make up for Mark and T-Mark instant offense and their defense. So it's just a lot of culture that goes into it.
It just feels great, especially after knowing how we felt in December. After hearing that Marcus and Tremont would no longer be playing with us, and the amount of doubt that people had about us and how we would finish the season, and just to finish up the conference champion winners in the regular season and the tournament is great.
First for Kelvin, what changed or what was the sequence after you left here yesterday in the decision for Fabian to be ready? And then Fabian, how did you feel out there? And obviously you wanted to play. What was that like, going out there and after not playing yesterday?
For me, I just kept it complicated. As Fabian, was he okay? He said, yeah. So I said, okay. That's it. I know an unsung hero on our program is our trainer, John Houston. John, we actually had a couple guys, I won't mention their names, they had temperatures. They were sick. So John and Dr. Lee and Dr. Shoup are 2 team doctors, and they were out at the pharmacy getting medicine, getting in these guys, getting them hydrated. Fabian was taking muscle relaxers and all kind of stuff. They were giving him treatment. And then when we got in the bus and came over to the arena this morning, I think at 9 o'clock, 8:45, we got here, and we just, wanted to go through our game plan, how we're going to attack Memphis. And Fabian went through it, and I knew if he could I knew if he could play, he was going to play. But I wasn't going to make the decision. I was going to make the decision if I felt like I needed to help him or save him. But I mean, I've been with this kid 5 years. He spent a lot more time with me than his mother and father and the multiple girlfriends he's had. My bad, Fred.
Question in the middle.
Josh, you had a really good second half. Up in the first half, there was a moment where you got called for a moving screen. You got an earful from Coach Sampson immediately on the defensive end. You dove for the ball, you made a great effort there, and then you got the dunk in the end one there. What's kind of just like the motivation and the fire that Coach Sampson puts in you? Fabian, you could add to this as well.
You know, knowing Coach, you know, just he's going to get on me. You know, he wants the best from me. So the plan was to ghost all screens. I set up, I made contact with the screen, you know, and I ended up getting a foul call. So I just wanted to be able to bounce back and finish the half strong after, you know, making a mental mistake like that. So just knowing Coach and knowing how he's going to push me, I always want to be able to respond to when he gets on me.
Coach Sanders is a Hall of Fame coach, so he's always going to keep you held accountable. He's going to hold you accountable with everything you do. So if you mess up, you're going to hear it. If you do good, you're going to hear it. But he always makes sure we're in the right mind space and just wants the best out of us.
Coach, for this team, you know, after the injuries to Tremont and Marcus to win both, you know, titles, where does it sort of rank among teams, you know, that you're proud of when you look at this group and, you know, what they've accomplished?
Well, it's hard for coaches to rank championship teams. It's like asking me who I like more, Kelvin or Lauren. I get in trouble no matter what you answer. I just know how hard it is to win a game. You know, I'm always, I just have never taken that for granted. I think when on December 23rd, when I got the call from John, Tremont had surgery the morning of the 22nd. So we were prepared for that. You know, we were prepared. You know, Tajay Moore was going to give us depth. Ramon was going to be our fifth guard. It was just kind of a plug and play when we needed him. And so I was prepared for that. But when he called and told me that Marcus was out for the year, that threw me for a loop. But I never thought we could or couldn't win. I just focused on how do I help put these guys in the right position to be successful. And then short term, Kyler didn't play. So we played Temple on the road, no Kyler, no Marcus, no Tremont. Our first guard off the bench was actually our starting four-man, was Fabian. He played the three in that game. And I think that's where Fabian's will to win came out. He willed us to win that game. His defense, his rebounding, and Fabian's a quiet guy. Unless we play Memphis, then I see him talk more in the Memphis game than I see him talk all year. But I think that's retaliatory, if nothing else. It's all good in competition. But I think most people thought we were going to still win the league. It shows you how crazy coaches are in media. That you lose Marcus, you lose Tremont, you lose. People forget we lost Quentin Grimes, we lost Dejan Giroux, we lost Justin Gorham, we lost Bryson Gresham, and Marcus and Tremont. That was, those are our leading scorers against Cleveland State, Rutgers, Syracuse, Oregon State, Baylor. We lost all of them. So we're kind of starting over a new team. So when you talk about winning the league, I never thought about winning the league. I just started thinking about, okay, got to get Josh more involved in the offense. Got to get Fabian more involved. Fabian's the evolution as a face-up player became more in play. And then the growth of Tajay and Kyler, and Jamal. it was something, when people go down, it's an opportunity. You know, what people saw is long faces and blank stares and woe is me. We saw it as an opportunity. I said, we'll still win. You know, that's why, I mean, they keep score. Somebody's gonna win or lose. You should try to win. And here's how we're gonna win. And I'm blessed with a great staff. Our staff is tight. They do a great job with our kids and development. I just don't think we missed a beat. You know, we just kept going, and we just tried to win our next game. And when it was over, we're 15-3, win the regular season. And then once we got here, you know, we knew we were playing Tulane. If we won that, we knew we'd probably play. No, who we play first? Cincinnati. We knew we were playing Cincinnati. If we won that, we'd probably play Tulane or Temple. So but we played all those teams twice. And then if we won, we're going to play either SMU or Memphis. We played them twice. So we felt like we could beat any of the teams. We just had to play better. But the good thing is that in the tournament, everybody's kind of on equal playing field. You know, everybody's playing their first game or their second game in 2 days. Everybody's playing their third game in 3 days. You know, there's no rest component involved in tournament play. Everybody's on level playing field.
Going to go to our guest on the Zoom. We're going to go to Dion Dunlap.
Coach Sampson, new team, new tournament. Which experiences that happened in this season will you feel like helped this team win a game in a tournament, then continue to advance?
I wouldn't say there's one experience, Dayon. I just think our, you know, it's a blessing that we don't have to play till Friday. So tomorrow, these guys will do nothing. Then we'll meet tomorrow as a team and as a program. We'll have a meeting, but we can't practice tomorrow. These guys just need to rest. Fabian played 30 minutes tonight. Jamal played 30. Tajay 32. Kyler almost 38. Ramon almost 20. So we just get some rest tomorrow. We've got to get on a bus and drive 3.5 hours back to Houston right now. So we'll get back. By the time we get to Houston, I'll have watched probably at least 2.5 of UAB's games. That's our next opponent. So our next opponent is our next opponent. We're not going to spend time talking about it's our next opponent in the NCAA tournament. It's our next opponent. This time yesterday, our next opponent was Memphis. This time today, our next opponent is UAB. There's, you know, coaches and players don't make it any more than what it is. If we win, we get to play another day. If you lose, you go home. That's the way it is this time of year.
And we'll close up with one more question from the Zoom with Matt.
Congratulations, Kelvin. Just real quick, because Memphis is such a tough opponent, they've beaten you twice earlier this season and played so tough today. Does this win, the way you guys won it, bolster your team's confidence going into the tournament?
I mean, we've won 29 games, Matt. You know, we beat a lot of good teams this year. We're 29-5. But we have great respect for Memphis. I don't know whether it does or not. You'd have to ask the players that. He's got a question.
All right, one last question in the room, and then we'll close up.
Fabian, what does this last tournament run mean? You knowing this is the last one for you, and you know what approach are you taking? Do you feel like you guys are still sort of doubted a little, or what's your approach going in?
You always want to end your senior season on a good note. So in the regular season conference and the conference tournament is always a good note. But we celebrating today, and tomorrow is back to business. We got to get ready for UAB, and they're a good team. We got to watch film. You know, just get ready, take it game by game. We really don't know how it's gonna go, but we're just gonna play hard, play the culture, play defense, and we're gonna see how it goes.
All right, thank you guys.
Enjoy.